Hey everybody, good evening. This is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop News Show. It's something I used to do every once in a while. I'm going to start doing it on a more regular basis, live at 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, today it's not live though, folks. I had to record this around 5 o'clock, about an hour ago. And that's because I already have another commitment to go out and record my radio show at 6. So, most will be live, and except for this one, obviously. So, check it out. You'll see sometimes during segments, I'm going to go to a longevity commercial. Longevity is something I get revenue sharing from, try to bring in some money so that I can go out and get some camera and some other equipment. Because essentially I'm running on free right now for everything. So I'll play those. They also give me time to switch over and load up the new segment of material I want to cover. Because usually what happens is you'll probably see me. The way I got the Scoop channel set up is a little different than I do the Uncensored Report. I'm going to have the actual document up and go through it, and then I think you're going to see me in a small screen on the bottom right. Going to try not to politicize, although you don't know how much I wanted to talk about the garage sale and giving you my opinion on that, but I think I'm going to save that for my radio show, which I'm recording tonight. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the whole news scene, and hopefully this will work out. First of all, the first thing out there is Bondi, and she's given okay for armed guards in the schools. This basically came out in the Herald by Shelby Webb, who now covers Manatee. I think she used to cover down here. This came about when a private third company was hired by Manatee County schools, and they were going to legally carry weapons. And so the question came up, is this allowed? It was a $3 million contract, which has since been canceled. But the contract basically mandated that these guards had to carry guns at the 34 different elementary schools, which seemed to conflict with a statute out there, the 790-115. So Bondi looked at it, and she said, hey, it's going to be acceptable. We'll allow armed guards. Now, I do opine on this today on my radio show. The radio show that I'm doing today will air tomorrow, or I'm sorry, on Saturday at 12. We had to do it today because of the Thanksgiving, but I'm definitely going to go into details on my opinion and my thoughts on armed guards in the school system. So next thing we have is foreign buyers. I guess Sarasota Manatee is becoming a mecca for foreign buyers. They're being drawn to Sarasota Manatee. Some say it's related possibly to the deep freeze up there, and it's causing the real estate market to heat up, which is a good thing for us, I guess in some ways. Canada is among the most avid buyers of residential real estate, but some surprising numbers I found here. I didn't realize this. Sarasota Manatee is ranked 4th in regards to foreign buyer purchases, and it says the UK, we're one of the most popular for the UK, 5th amongst the Canadians right now. So interesting article on that. Police department. They came out, and since I pulled this up, they've actually found this guy. It was a serious injury from a hit and run that occurred on Friday evening. They just basically had a description of the car. It was a BMW, dark blue, front end missing, possibly a mirror missing on the side. They were trying to locate this individual, and I believe a thread just came up saying that he was found. I believe I posted on the Sarasota Scoop line. This is just a scam, that warning that was put out by WTSP, basically telling residents, hey, be leery of any IRS scam. Basically, the Sarasota Police Department telling residents and visitors that someone's calling up saying they're with the IRS, and if you don't pay your bill, they're going to get an arrest warrant for you, and they're going to come out and arrest you. And a few people have fallen for this. They've had 50 calls reported into them, and fortunately what this says is nobody's fallen victim to these idiots that are out there trying to scam us there. This is just a picture of a car fire that I posted earlier. This was saying it was over at Tamiami on Osprey near Old Venice Road. On 41, I know was backed up a little bit with that fire. I think that was on Friday, so. And then the wolf drew some commentary out there, or coyote, I'm sorry. Coyote, right? Yeah, this person said he's a little bigger than a shepherd, and it's a wolf breed dog, somebody said on there. And then I guess WTSP must have seen it, or they sent it into there, and they ended up picking up the story and doing an article basically about it. And let's see, well care. This is a hot topic. I thought I saw the detail.net put something out about it, but I can't remember if it was them. And it's basically the trials and tribulations that the memorial is going through. And it's funny how this is all happening after the election of the board members there at the hospital. But and supposedly some people come out saying that the paper and the news knew about this prior to the election, but nobody decided to report on it until after the election, which is curious. I wonder if there's any accuracy to that. This came out and basically says that Staywell WellCare has dropped Sarasota Memorial, along with, I think, United Healthcare is considering dropping them too. But the major concern is that the feds require states to ensure Medicaid recipients have access to care near where they reside. And Sarasota Memorial is one of the public hospitals, one of the very few down in this area, and so that may become a issue. And there's thousands of pregnant women and children that go there, which they had some coverage on this issue that they did prior to that, and we'll play this video that they have down there at the bottom in just a second. But it says basically that thousands of women go there. They're going to run into issues because they will not have Staywell coverage. As you know, I'm in medical. Most of you know I'm in medical billing coding, and Staywell is like one of many Medicaid type programs out there, and there are actually many people on it, and they're the individuals that really cannot afford not to have any other insurance. They can't, let alone put a meal on the table. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that video real quick, and boom.
Other news tonight, Staywell WellCare is now the second insurer with plans to terminate a contract with Sarasota Memorial Hospital at the end of the year. ABC 6's Alex Redmond is joining us with more on how this move could affect Sarasota residents. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. Thousands of pregnant women and children may be affected if Staywell, which is part of WellCare Health Plans Incorporated, continues plans to cut ties with Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Stephanie LaRose of Sarasota Academy of the Arts and Julie Rohr Academy is also a mom. Her youngest child was uninsured.
Staywell allowed me to be able to take her to the doctor when she needed to go without worrying, without figuring out where I was going to get the money to get her to the doctor.
This is where she would go for medical attention.
We would go to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. It was the closest one, the most convenient, and if someone with little means having to go somewhere far away would constitute more gasoline expense, of which I could not be able to do that.
LaRose's daughter is no longer on Staywell, but soon thousands of pregnant women and women with children on Staywell will no longer have privileges with SMH if the contract is discontinued.
My biggest concern is that there's we're talking about 1,600 pregnant women that this is currently affecting. That's over half of the births in Sarasota County every year.
Laura Gelke of the Board of Directors for the Healthy Start Coalition of Sarasota County, which helps at-risk pregnant moms and babies, says none of the options as she understands them are good.
They are either to travel outside of the county if a woman chooses hospital care. That's Manatee, Lakewood Ranch, sometimes Bayfront, Port Charlotte, or Lee Memorial. Those are all very far away.
This, she says, puts women wanting to stay with their insurance providers at risk.
Another option is to switch providers, which, as we know, applying for Medicaid can take sometimes into the second and third trimester of pregnancy.
Switching care providers may not be a very good option, she says.
And the third option is to stay at Sarasota Memorial, who has already said that they will care for women regardless of their ability to pay, and then we as taxpayers are on the hook for that bill. LaRose's
financial situation is much improved, but she says she empathizes with women and pregnant women who are members of Staywell and calls Sarasota Memorial their hospital.
People think, oh, it's just $10 or it's just this, and sometimes you don't have the $10. So having to go somewhere farther away really could be a situation where someone may say, okay, well, I'm not going to take my child to the doctor in the first place.
Gilkey received notice from Staywell.
And that, folks, that can be a burden placed on many of these individuals that are out there. I've seen it. I've talked to these individuals, and it may not seem like it, but it is. And it's sad that it's happening. A lot of this. Well, I'm not going to get political on you. Okay, so we're going to take a message, and I'll be right back. Java Fit from Longevity. Our delicious gourmet Java Fit coffees feature a blend of 100% premium Arabic coffee from the finest regions in Latin America. Its freshly roasted beans in each unique blend are carefully chosen by an experienced staff. Check it out today and help support the channel at therogrant.com. Longevity from therogrant.com. On-the-go Healthy Body Start Pack, 30 packs. In order for your body to function properly, it needs a wide range of daily vitamins, minerals, aminos, and essential fatty acids. Even when you're on the go, don't forget to feed your body with the nutrition it needs, which can easily be done with On-the-go Healthy Start Pack. So, start your quest today to get healthy tomorrow. Okay, folks, we're back now. We're going to get back to the news. Let me turn that piece down. We're going to talk about a few things, more of the same old county stuff. Hold on. This is a trial and error, too, that I'm going through. Remember, I'm not used to it, so the first 2 days might be a little rough. I got to get used to the transition and exactly how I'm going to incorporate everything with the show. So here we go, back to this screen. This next story came up with, this is a local girl, Jessica. She played volleyball with Venice High School. I believe her funeral is today. It's sad, it's tragic. Her and her friend Gigi, they were just driving along after having some fun out at night. Unfortunately, I saw some stuff that said they didn't have the safety belts on, but I thought I saw somebody come on and say they did have them on, so I'm not sure of what the actual information is on there. Let's go ahead and take a quick listen to the video, but it's tragic. Another young soul here in Venice lost, and 2 young souls combined in the state of Florida, all because of a 16-year-old that was essentially driving haphazardly. This is a guy that doesn't have the best backgrounds out there, and he appears to have some issues that he was dealing with. Where is it? 16-year-old driver Emerson Herrera. He was in serious condition, and let's go ahead to that story. Sorry, I didn't realize this commercial was going to come up. These guys are pretty funny, though.
A community remains in shock after 2 young women in their early 20s were struck and killed while driving early yesterday in Bradenton.
The Florida Highway Patrol says the other driver was a 16-year-old boy with a prior record. ABC 7's Ray Collins has more on a story that really has no winners.
Gabriella Gigi Longpre of Bradenton and Jessica Costanzo of Venice, 2 friends who could light up a room.
They both were just the life of the party.
Friends like Lauren Kennedy say they can't believe they're gone. The young women were driving west on 53rd Avenue in Bradenton just after 2 a.m. when FHP says another car ran a red light at 26th Street West. Gabriella and Jessica were killed, and the other driver was left in serious condition. And this, FHP says, is the other driver, a boy barely old enough to drive. 16-year-old Emerson Herrera reportedly was recently released from jail on his own recognizance on a charge of being an accessory after the fact to murder. Gabriella, or Gigi as she was called, was a popular figure at Pier 22 restaurant where she worked. In fact, colleagues are so upset they refused, teary-eyed, to appear on camera. Down the street, fellow restaurant worker Heather Agristi says Gigi was a nice person.
Just was so amazing and happy and so sweet all of the time. It's such a tragedy.
Meantime, Jessica worked at the IMG Sports Academy, and her friends say she will be missed.
Jessica was just the energy in the room. She was always funny, always bopping around, always had a joke to say.
Lauren Kennedy actually knew both girls and says the whole thing is just beyond belief.
They're just 2 amazing young girls, and it's just a tragic accident that's happened, and I know everyone's going to miss them.
And while the investigation continues by the Florida Highway...
Okay, so again, real tragic what happened to both young ladies at such a young age to run into this. So our hearts go out to the family of both children. Next, this was interesting. As we all know, Venice Hospital has been purchased by Venice Regional Bayfront. They just wanted to put this out because an anonymous employee sent it to me and just said, hey, look, we've been doing a lot to try to get ahead. I know a lot of people come down on Venice, but us, the employees, have really strived to make it a better place to come to, and they got some achievements there, as you can see, from Venice Regional, and they asked me to communicate that out to the public. Erosion, this is another topic that I'm going to discuss during my show this weekend. This is the erosion, and this was only the upper half of the rocks. That's Bahia Vista, and we used to always get in trouble right up here for trespassing, because we would sit up here with our boards, and you'd have to go down, deep down, to get to the beach. someone sent me this picture saying, look at how bad the erosion has gotten. Yes, it has gotten bad. We are in line for more dollars that are being allocated to us to try to take care of the erosion. But this often happens in the winter, folks. And then the sand comes back after time and life goes on. I'm not a huge fan of renourishment, but I'm going to opine on this on my talk show on Saturday. So I have some concerns, and I do go over what the cost will be and when the last time this was done and how it's so soon and all that good stuff. So the erosion is causing some concern with many individuals that are out there. Lynn Bramble, he's the new assistant manager for the city. I was there watching a lot of the city hall meetings when this whole thing transpired, and basically they felt that the current city manager just has too much on his table. He's working way too much, and he's not able to get everything done, so he needed an assistant. The guy seems like a nice guy. I've never had any problems with him. I just don't know if it was necessary to put out as much money as we will be putting out to have an assistant for this position. Maybe Bob could turn in less issues with long weeds or trash cans in front of houses over to the city manager to handle, and he could free up his time to handle the more necessary things that are going on in life. Northport, I do have some contacts here. I've sent to Josh at WWSB. Finally found someone that's willing to talk online, and I tell you, this story is just going to start heating up, folks. This is about Northport. It's so crazy now. Instead of handling it, they have to hire a third-party law firm, which they're going to pay a ton of money to come in and check out the scandal. All you got to do is just ask every employee there, and they're going to tell you it's happening. I've talked to a lot of these people. It's very common knowledge what was going on there. Very common knowledge. And then for these guys just to get rid of 5 field supervisors and not the managers knew what was going on there. The city manager, from what I understand, knew what was going on there. So there's more to this story that's going to be coming out real soon, folks. And let's see. We're going to cut to another commercial. I had a hard time pulling up all the documents in time before that last one ended. So we'll be right back. Longevity brought to you by theroguerant.com. Slender FX Weight Management System. Chocolate fudge. Formulated for healthy weight loss. This system contains Slender FX PM Cleanse, Sweeties, meal replacement shake with a chocolate fudge taste and a food fiber. Are you serious about losing weight? Get Slender FX Weight Management System now and begin your quest for a slimmer you. Longevity by theuncensoredreport.com. Ultimate EFA 60 soft gel tablets. Ultimate EFA is 100% organic and features a proprietary blend of essential fatty acids derived organically grown flaxseed oil, herbicide and pesticide free, folks. Barrage oil and fish oil. They deliver a healthy balance of omega-3, 6, and 9s. Ultimate EFA. This is a must-have for people who want to derive the benefits of a full range of essential fatty acids organically. For the best results, Ultimate EFA as a part of your full nutritional program that includes Majestic Earth Classic. All right, we're back, folks. Let's get to the right screen, and here we go. This next one is about this guy, John Michael Mosher, a 21-year-old. I guess he went to Venice High School, according to some of the people that are commenting under the thread. But essentially what happened is the resource officer heard about possible prostitution taking place at Venice High School, so they started doing some research back in October. They found that this gentleman, I don't know if he's a gentleman, but this guy paid some 15-year-old young girl to have sex with him, which is very concerning. A, that it's a young child, and B, that they're out there prostituting. I guess it took place in Nokomis back in August, and Captain Tom Mackmuller is on it. He says that the guy came in, knew people were looking for him, and was very cooperative. He says the investigation's continuing, though, and it might go as far as Riverview High School because there's some form of connection there. The interesting thing is that this investigation is continuing, and they are expecting to make some more arrests on this. So obviously it's going to turn into a major issue, a major embarrassment. Not sure what happened, where the breakdown is. but it's tragic. Tragic, folks. Tragic. All right, so we're going to, next story is this young lady. They need help trying to find her. Ashley Williams, she's on probation for horrific case of child neglect. The children are safe, but she is on the run. She's 5'4", weighs 125 pounds. If you know of where Ashley is, please contact us, Sarasota Crime Stoppers at 941-366-TIPS. Got another sexual offender, Derek Thomas. He's out. He's registered as a sexual offender in Sarasota County. He was convicted of lewd assault and battery on a victim under 16 years of age. He's living over near 10th Street and Central Avenue in Sarasota. Let's see if we can enlarge his mugshot there for you. So be on the lookout. Don't let your kids near that guy. This was something someone just posted. You know, earlier someone came on and said, hey, look, this guy, what's his name? Drew Figg with the Northport Scoop was arrested yesterday because he beat up some girl at Taco Bell and he took off running. And I'm like, this Northport Scoop, I'm the only one that does the Northport Scoop. As most of you guys know, I admin all the pages myself. I don't have any assistants. And but what I think they meant is this guy is on my Northport Scoop, and he's on there a lot slamming police officers, according to what Logan Zucchini said. He said, I find it funny how the scumbag bashes cops and talks all this crap about how cops are such filth and garbage, but yet the dude beat up a woman last night at Taco Bell. He was arrested back in 2009 for something, and he'd like to take this opportunity to expose him, of which he did on my Scoop page. But that's just the front. There is another picture of this individual. Hold on, I thought it came through. I don't know how to get next picture. Let's see, maybe. There's the one. And then there's, he was busted with aggravated battery, use of a deadly weapon. He'll be arraigned December 19th. Bond's only $500, and that's all the good information on it. All right. We are going to be right back with some weather, some sports, if there's any sports coverage, and events coverage. We'll be right back, folks. From theRogueRant.com. On the go, healthy body start pack, 30 packs. In order for your body to function properly, it needs a wide range of daily vitamins, minerals, aminos, and essential fatty acids. Even when you're on the go, don't forget to feed your body with the nutrition it needs, which can easily be done with On the Go Healthy Start Pack. So start your quest today to get healthy tomorrow. Longevity. All right, and we are back, and again, that's the RogueRat.com. I'm using that to try to get some revenue sharing going, to try to get some cameras and other stuff, because essentially what I want to do is, we're going to do the show every night at 6. We found out that I'm sending about, on average, just if you look at a small news cycle day, like Thursday into Friday, 24-hour period, I send 120,000 people to these different pages. So we thought, hey, why are we sending them there? And then the Herald takes those numbers, the WWSB takes those numbers, the Northport Sun, the Gondo, all these people take these numbers and say, hey, look, advertisers, we have so much people coming to our site, and that's why we can charge advertisers X amount of dollars. When in reality, I'm sending a ton of them to those sites for them, and yet many of them, you guys know the many issues I've had with the Herald and Gondo and some of the other ones. WWSB is good. Northport Sun had some, but they're fine now. Observer. But for some reason, they just don't like those freelancing guys behind a desk that are rogue reporters, if you will. All right, so let's go to the weather, and it's looking grim, folks. We did have that sea fog in this morning, but right now it's a lot better out there. It's pretty sunny. I went outside. It's actually rather humid. They say tomorrow's supposed to be rain all day. I think it's supposed to finish up early in the morning on Wednesday. If you're a surfer, you'll probably be with me out in the lineup on Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be chilly, probably full suit weather. But it looks like we're going to have a nice Thanksgiving. 65. You know, I'm originally from Detroit. I moved here when I was 15 back in '82, and I'm one of those people. Even though I moved here when I was 15, I'm basically a Floridian now. I always enjoy a cool winter or a cold weather on Thanksgiving and Christmas in the season. Let's see. That's essentially it. The map looks pretty clear. Let's see if we can bring that in. I accidentally hit it. Yep, no rain around yet in sight. Let's see. There it is right there up in the, looks like the northern panhandle starting to make its way down. It'll be in Jacksonville shortly. So that's all coming our way for tomorrow. And they're actually calling for 1 inch to 2 inches of rain. I see this tornado watch is in effect until 8 o'clock. That's an old one. That's what I thought, 17th. That's an old one. Okay, so let's just ignore that. Next thing is events taking place. We have this event that it came up yesterday. It's down in Northport, and it is the Northport Concert Band, and it's going to be the Wonder of Christmas on December 10th at 7:30 at the Northport Performing Arts Center. To get more info, go to northportconcertband.org or call 941-426-8479. As you all know, living here in Venice, we have our Venice Holiday Parade. It's I haven't gotten pictures yet of anybody putting chairs out on the avenue, and I haven't been on the island to really see. I'll be interested to see if people follow the rules that the city of Venice established. If they don't, if the city of Venice follows through on what they said they're going to do. So it'll be interesting to see what transpires here with all this events. So that's going to be taking place at 6 o'clock on Saturday. 6 o'clock, the festivities begin. They got music, people come on, they do dancing and all that good stuff. But the actual parade doesn't start until, I think, 7 o'clock, and that's at the western end of Venice Avenue, over by just by Park down there. If you're closer to the library, the parade line won't hit you until about 7:30. So you got time if you're going to camp out down by the library near there. That's it for events right now. This was the last event. This would be more along sporting. This is something somebody sent in. They do this annually, which is pretty neat. They do a annual swim today from the jetty to Sharky's Pier, and seems fun. I got to tell you, swimming from the jetty to the pier is tough enough. Doing it with a full wetsuit, very difficult. So my hands go up to them. They did a great job. That is it. This is essentially what you're going to get. It'll run a little bit smoother. It should run a lot smoother, and it'll transition a lot better. It can be anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how many news is out there, how many events are out there within the cycle, and we're just going to cut it. Now, I might, when I stop my radio show, I've given a 30-day notice on that. When I stop that, I might create like a 5-minute editorial section where I can opine basically about something like the garage sale, my thoughts about restricting it, or the erosion, and I can give my 5 cents on that. But on the rest of the stuff, I'm trying to keep it clean, no political views on it. All right, folks, that's it. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow night at 6. Tomorrow night is live, so be here, 6 o'clock live tomorrow.